Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Milf Manor. This week is episode 7, and before we even start, I apologize. I sound so nasally right now. I have been sick for days, so just bear with me. So in last week's episode, we had a really big change. A lot of the guys ended up leaving due to the challenge where the moms had to sex the dudes, and whoever didn't get a picture had to go home. So we immediately start off from the guys leaving the house, and Stacy is pretty torn up that Miles had to leave the home. So Crystal ends up comforting him and just letting him know that him building this relationship is basically the right thing to do, and she opens up about her son passing. And with this, Stacy says that this experience is just good for him since he got to build that relationship with his son again. And he also says that he likes Crystal because she's upfront and she has a nurturing spirit. And now we get to see Joey and Kelly bond. And this relationship is just so weird. Honestly, I just feel that way just because Kelly said that Joey looks like her son, Joey.
Conflicted kissing Joey, and it is so weird because my son's name is Joey and they kind of look alike.
So the whole situation is just weird to me, but Joey's definitely excited because Disco Mommy sent him some boobies.
Disco Mommy sent me boobies.
And Kelly's really into it, and she says, not gonna lie, Joey is a phenomenal kisser. And she doesn't say that in her talking head, she says it directly to him.
Not gonna lie, Joey is a phenomenal kisser.
It was just so weird that she had to say it like that. I just don't like it. And of course, we're only 5 minutes into the show. Well, technically only 2, because like the first 2 minutes is the recap. So we're 2 minutes into the show and we already get a full-on close-up makeout. And this scene lasts for like 30 seconds. They filmed the whole thing, like, and just up close, it was just really weird. But while Joey and Kelly are having their time together, Connor decides he's going to send Kelly a picture back. Basically, he says he likes to reciprocate, especially if the pictures are that good. So he goes to the laundry room, weirdly enough, and then he takes a picture in there. And it's so weird because, like, first of all, the picture he sends her is like super askew and it's like mostly just the background. And the background he has is the laundry room, and the laundry room is disgusting. Like, okay, it's not disgusting, but it was like messy in there, and it was just such an unflattering dude. I mean, yeah, he's hot, but I don't know. Guys take such weird pictures. But Connor ends up sending her a picture, and Kelly gets it while she's still with Joey and decides to open it right there, and Joey gets to see. Obviously, there's some tension with that, but Joey does say that his tongue has been down her throat, so he's pretty sure that he's got this on lock. And Kelly says another weird thing. Joey said, oh, Connor isn't that great of a kisser, and Kelly was like, maybe I should go find out. And thankfully, he's like jokey enough and witty enough that he came back with a response, and it was a pretty good response.
I mean, you could go for it, but I think you're gonna come right back to that seat.
I know me personally would have taken that, like, what the fuck, and just walked away. But after Connor sends that picture, he makes sure to come out and swoop up Kelly. So Kelly and Connor go inside, and they have literally the shortest conversation ever. All they talk about is the pictures that they sent each other, and then she goes straight into a makeout with him too. Like, but Kelly says she likes Connor because he seems to have his stuff together more, but she also likes Joey because he's more playful and funny. So I could see the dilemma there. Now it's the morning time, and we have a table full of dads, and they're all asking Darren about Kelly Mack. Darren is so sweet when he talks about her. He's pretty just sweet in general when he talks. But basically, he was just saying how her pictures were conservative and they were nice. He doesn't really want to discuss too much about what they look like, which, good on him. Anthony also asks about them kissing and stuff, and Darren doesn't go into that either. He doesn't kiss and tell, which is nice as well. He's actually taking this relationship a little bit more seriously, where all the other guys are like, yo, I got some boobs. Did you get some boobs? So I really like these two together. Kelly Mack and Darren are probably the only relationship that I think is pretty cute. And now we get Christina and Kelly, and we know Christina sent a picture to not only David, but she sent one to Sam as well. And I guess David sent her a really long message, paragraphs to be exact, about how great the picture was. It seemed like also some of that conversation was him trying to figure out how to use the cell phone and how to use the emojis.
If I could text emojis or at least figure him out, so funny. I would send a lot of emojis.
But she said she really liked that. And then she said Sam ended up texting her and said that her picture was really sexy and that he rates it a 10 out of 10. I guess it's a callback to their date when they were rating each other's kiss. She said that they're pretty competitive. So the 10 out of 10 thing was just like a thing from their date, which I thought was pretty thoughtful and cute. But she didn't take that. But even with that, she says that she is more into David, that he won more points with that because he sent more words than Sam, I guess. I've said it before. I'm probably going to say it again, but she obviously doesn't like Sam. So it's just kind of like weird to continue the story. Let that man go. So now we get to meet the two new girls. And it's funny because this time they didn't have a Jeep pull up. They actually had one of the girls, one of the contestants, driving the car. So they didn't even get a driver. Like, damn. But we get to meet the two new girls, Shauna and Rebecca. And they are so pretty. Like, they are beautiful. But let me tell you, these girls get really catty with them. The girls are a little crappier than what the guys are acting like, honestly. But we have Rebecca. She's 48 and she's a model and insurance agent.
Rebecca, I'm 48 years old. I'm a single mom. My type is generally athletic, likes to work out. A lot of younger guys pursue me.
She explains that her last relationship ended because her partner was 17 years older than she was, and so their sex life was pretty much non-existent. So she ended up cheating on him. She even says in a way that she's glad that it happened because it ended the relationship.
I really did feel bad, but it was meant to happen that way, so it happened and it got me out of the relationship.
I don't know how that sits with me, but that was kind of weird. And then we have Shauna, who's 44, who does not look it at all.
My name is Shauna. I'm 44, and I'm from Chicago.
But she was married for 18 years, and she was cheated on. So I don't know how they keep finding these people who have been cheating or been cheated on, but like, god dang. But once they walk in, I can already see that some of the dudes are switching teams so fast, especially Anthony. He's one of the first dudes to stand up and basically greet them. And the girls are noticing and they are not having it. They're actually getting a bit shitty, to be honest. Like, their comments about the other women were not okay at all. But after they all get to know each other, they have to have their, 10 a.m. champagne drink. So they all get to drinking. And Barbie lets them know that they're coming into a house where everybody already has some pretty thick bonds. So they're gonna have to basically fight their way in. And it's so funny because almost all the men laugh at her.
Tell you guys, you are coming into some pretty big, thick bonds already built, so.
Well, they look like they can handle themselves.
Definitely can.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to be very hard to get these men unstuck from the bond that they're in. And I'm pretty sure these girls can tell that all the other girls aren't feeling them. So thankfully, they already kind of like each other. They say from the car ride, they bond a bit. So they decide to share a room with each other and lean on each other and have that friendship since they're basically the outcasts now. Thankfully, Anthony, being such a sweet host, decides to show them around the house. And Lynette says she's not worried at all. She's okay with it. Now, Joey is one of the first guys to pull one of the girls aside, and he decides to talk to Shauna. Shauna said she's pretty used to 20-year-olds talking to her. She even says that her son's friends, which her son is, I think, 20, she said. She said her son's friends send her videos of their you-know-whats. So that is just crazy to me. Like, yeah, she is a hot mama for sure, but ew. That must suck to have your son's friends be sending you videos and like, oh my goodness, what do you do in that situation? Do you tell your kid? But they end up having a small talk about marriage, and Joey says that yes, he does want to get married. He of course doesn't want to rush into it, thankfully, and Shauna seems to really like his answers, and I think Joey is over Kelly now. He's just like, yeah, it's all Shauna. So
Kelly and I, yeah, we've been forming a connection, but Shauna's hot. I'm taking Shauna for sure right now.
Now, sadly for Kelly, not only does Joey float on, Connor decides to pull Rebecca to the side and they have a conversation. And it's a bit weird because David is also into Rebecca and they say they have the same taste in women, which again... And Kelly is definitely tripping now because both of her men have shifted.
Last night, I had the two hottest guys in the house interested in me. But now that the new girls just came in, I'm definitely worried about these two.
And now we have Stacy hitting on Shauna. And he says, toes looking nice, looking good, smelling good. And I don't know why, but that just weirded me out. I think it's just because I have a thing with feet. Like, feet disgust me. So I'm like, why are you staring at her toes? But honestly, somebody better let her know, because she said her marriage ended because her man's was cheating on her and Stacy was cheating on his wife. And yeah, I know they're on a dating show. This is the point, to date around. But with Stacy's background, I kind of just feel icky about the situation. The fact that Stacy is just like hopping and skipping so easily, like it just shows me he hasn't changed too much. And I feel like the reason he asked Crystal about the marriage thing was because he doesn't actually want to be in a seriously committed relationship. He just wants to be a fuckboy, and that's completely okay. But I feel like the way he's talking, especially to Crystal, and the way he's trying to portray himself, even in his talking heads, it's like he's trying to change and be a better man, but it's like, this isn't showing it at all. Now the girls are really starting to get catty. Like I said earlier, they were saying things that just... These things should not be coming out your mouth. The judging other women is judging anybody else. It's like, just because they're talking to a guy that you like, it's ridiculous. But Crystal is peeping her man and Shauna outside talking, and she says, "Is that gray in the front of her hair?"
Girl, look at this. Look at this. What's that gray in her hair in the front?
And yeah, if so, who cares? Gray hair is beautiful, first of all. I can't wait to gray. I think it just looks so cool. But to just judge her appearance like that because you're mad that your dude is talking to her, that's like a whole nother thing. Like, girls getting mad at another girl for talking to your man. Like, your man is the one that's supposed to be not doing this. Get mad at the person that you're with. But even Kelly Mack can see that Crystal is bugging a little bit.
Crystal is intimidated and feeling insecure at this point.
But honestly, Crystal's comment wasn't even that crazy compared to what Lynette continues to say about Rebecca. After Lynette basically snitching on Jamie, I already felt iffy about her then. But I was like, you know what, let me give this girl the benefit of the doubt, you know? But after this episode, I'm like, I do not like this lady at all. Anthony decides to take Rebecca out and talk to her. He says that she's more of his type. Not really comparing her to Lynette, like he's not comparing, but he just says that she's the type of woman that he usually goes for back at home. She's also Italian and from New York, so they have a lot in common. But then Lynette comments on her teeth, and she says, if you can't take care of your teeth, you can't take care of someone.
My biggest turnoffs are teeth. Because if they're not taking care of their mouth, they're not going to take care of you. True?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Which, again, just flabbergasted me. It's like when she said, it's like going to a gas station when you don't have a car. What are you talking about? That makes no sense. Some people just have teeth that they can't control. That doesn't mean they can't take care of somebody. But then I go and I look at Rebecca's teeth, and her teeth are fine. They're actually nice looking. I think they're very cute. Lynette's teeth, on the other hand, look hella fake. they look fake. So it sounds like your teeth weren't being taken care of. So it sounds like you can't take care of somebody, right? And then I go back and I look at Anthony's teeth. I'm not trying to shame anybody for their teeth. Obviously, I have tiny little baby teeth, so I can't talk about anybody's teeth. But his teeth weren't perfect. He had a little crooked tooth on the bottom. So it's funny that she talks shit about her, but Anthony's teeth are a little bit crooked, but he's fine. Like, it doesn't make any sense. She just downed this lady for her appearance, and it's just not okay. And the producers are funny for this one, because Lynette is like, I don't care if they hang out, if they're chill with each other or whatever, but if he cooks for her, I'm gonna lose it. And literally the next clip is him basically saying, oh, I'm gonna cook for you, I'm gonna make you a bolognese.
Cool, even if he spends time with her, but if he makes her dinner, my feelings are gonna be hurt.
I'm gonna cook you something nice.
I gotta like see how you cook.
Now it's time for the next challenge. We have watermelon and handcuffs. I don't know who's coming up with these challenges, but they have to be stopped. You gotta stop. Okay? So they're advised all getting their bathing suits, and this time it's a challenge for the men. The men and the women will be partnered up in two. Basically, the women will handcuff the men. They'll put a watermelon slice in between their legs, and the men will just go to town, I guess. And whoever eats the watermelon the quickest gets to choose a lady to take out on a date. The first duo we have is Stacy and Chris, and Christina and Lynette. And this was just so damn awkward to watch. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad it wasn't all the sons and the dads, even though there are still some son and dad duos. And oh my goodness, Darren. But let's go back a little bit. It's Stacy and Chris's turn, and Chris is going pretty slow, and it's funny, he only ate Christina's watermelon for a couple of seconds.
What did he say?
But it's because this girl was being extra as hell. She was like wrapping her legs around him and stuff, and he just got the hell up. But Chris, on the other hand, was going to town on this shit. If anything, if they won, it would have been because of Chris. And then we have Darren and Sam and Kelly and Shauna. And Darren, I love you, man, but he just made it so weird. He was like yelling at Sam. He was like, eat that watermelon, eat that melon.
Sam, eat that melon, boy. Come on, you know how to eat that melon. Right there, baby.
But Darren now, he goes to town, my guy. It even looks like he was about to throw up a little bit, like he was eating a little too fast. And now we have Anthony and Joey and Kelly Mac and Crystal. Both Joey and Anthony get in there. They go to town. And it was so cute because when Kelly had her watermelon, she just like put it down by her knees, like, here you go. It was just like, compared to all the other ladies, they were just like, wha-bam! Especially Christina over here wrapping her legs around Stacy's head. But yeah, Kelly just had it at the bottom of her knees and was like, here you go. Oh, she's just so cute. Protect her at all costs. And next we have Connor and David and Barbie and Rebecca. And this kind of just came and gone. Nothing too crazy happened. And now it's time to figure out who won the challenge. The winners are Anthony and Joey, and honestly, I'm kind of happy that they did because now they're about to stir the pot in the house a little bit. And Kelly is for sure, she is going to be taken out on a date.
I'm so excited that Joey and Anthony just won because I know he's going to pick me for this date.
My choice for my date is going to be Shauna.
Joey decides to take Shauna and Anthony decides to take Rebecca. So the two new girls got to go out on a date on their first day. Helly and Lynette, they are not happy. So the girls go off and get ready for their date, and Anthony and Joey are patiently waiting for them. And I think Lynette is really concerned because she hangs out with Anthony. She just tries to like put herself in the picture, get some reassurance. And he says with his sneaky ass self that nothing is more attractive than a confident woman. Confident woman.
The most attractive thing to me in the world is a confident woman. You're like that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You're very sweet.
And I really think he wanted to lay that down just so Lynette wouldn't freak out. Because I feel like if she does, then that would give him a good reason to be like, nah, I don't really, you're obviously not confident enough. So he definitely pulled a little sneaky there. And now the girls come out and they're ready for their date. And their outfits were pretty cute. I definitely like Shauna's a little bit more than Rebecca's. I'm still like questioning it. It's not ugly by any means, but I guess I've never seen a fit like that. But the girls go straight into basically clowning them and again, just dogging on these women's appearance because your man is floating. Like,
so what did y'all think about them outfits?
Uh-oh.
God, 1998 called.
Get it out of here.
It's not okay. And after they leave, Lynette gets kind of emotional. She basically says that she doesn't trust men. She doesn't like to be vulnerable with men because every man she's been with has basically chosen the other woman. And it's kind of sad because I understand that feeling where she's like, oh, I'm not good enough. I have also felt that feeling. I don't know, it's kind of hard to feel bad for her in this moment because of the way she's been talking about the other women. And it would be different if Anthony was actually her man, if they were outside of a dating show. Even then, you shouldn't be talking about anybody's appearance. And of course, I do feel the feel of jealousy. I understand that feeling. But again, you guys are on a dating show called Milf Manor. Why is it this serious? But that was the end of this episode. It was actually pretty juicy. I really liked this episode, and I knew some of these men were about to start floating. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised Chris didn't a little bit, which that's probably my fault for judging somebody. But hey, I'm watching a reality show called Milf Manor. But these girls definitely started a fire in this house, and I think it's just gonna get more rough from here. And I think they give us previews for the next episodes, not just the next episode, because on their previews it says still to come, and they give us a lot of previews, and my goodness, it looks like at least the next episode we're gonna see Anthony and Joey's dates, and it looks like Lynette is straight tripping about it. And we also get to see Rebecca actually utilizing the show and dating. She seems to be talking to all the guys she can talk to. And then we get a scene where Kelly tells Connor,
I dare you to me like you want me.
and then we see Chris actually still into Barbie. He still wants her. That's who he's going for, and he doesn't seem to be changing the path anytime soon, which is good for Barbie. And then we get to see Crystal and Stacy connecting a little bit more, and Darren and Kelly Mack connecting a bit more. But then we also see a clip with Darren and Shauna. And I don't want to speak too soon because obviously these little previews be getting us sometime. So I just hope that this was just a fake out, that Darren isn't floating, because my goodness gracious. So we're just gonna leave that on the back burner until we see something about it. And then we see Anthony still advancing with Rebecca, and he wants to go to the boom boom room with her, which I'm guessing is the Rilfie room, which Lynette is not happy about. So then of course this goddamn show has to give us 2 more people. I don't understand how they keep finding people, but I was actually thinking about this the other day. I would never want to be on a show like this as one of the participants, but if you guys need a host, I will gladly host this show. I want to see what's going on the inside. I am okay with cringe. I will sit around the cringe. I just want to see this up and close. So if you guys need a host, you are more than welcome to contact me because I will host it. No more need for cell phones. But before I choke myself to death today, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I appreciate you guys always coming and watching me. It's always a pleasure. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe. It would definitely help my cough. I know it will. So if you guys want to help out, a sickly woman today, just, you know what to do. It only takes 2 seconds. But thank you guys again for coming and watching. You guys have a beautiful day. Bye!